Then, let's start with that mystery. Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment. Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table. It would be weird. They had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is there really a killer among us? Anyway, why don't we try talking about the most pressing issue on our minds? Where we found the body. It's very strange to find a body underneath a table. Why was Byakuya's body in a place like that? Try to remember what the body— And the killer really is one of us, right? Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked, with the way things had been damaged. I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle between Sayaka and the killer, of course. No, I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife. After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing. Hold on a second. Okay, wait. Hold on.
Obviously, by hiding the body, they tried to delay its discovery! Like a dog burying a bone! But if the killer didn't move the body, why was it under the table? Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that obviously screams, "I am the murder weapon!" But it was super pitch black! Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralumin case as well. Woohoo! You can't! It's too dangerous out there! Oh, you're amazing, Himiko! Even so, this elevator is going pretty far down. This is the perfect chance to test out my Neo-Aikido skills on machines. Quiet, you male! Learn some manners, why don't you?
Kirumi, you went into that room too? You really don't need to be a detective to know that the knife came from the kitchen. Are you talking about the murder scene? Well, Kaede, did you? The murder scene was in yours and the other's room. Also, you were the first witness. If you don't have evidence to prove you're not the culprit, then you're still suspicious.
We can't rule out suspects that way. We need to look at all the possibilities. More precisely, in Kaede, Makoto, and Hajime's, the three main characters' room. I believe Hajime is correct about the circumstances of Yasuhiro's murder. What we have to determine now is the murder weapon.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room. That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining. You don't think so? Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened? Why didn't you say so in the first place? So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her. Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break—
Oh, more people have arrived. Don't worry. Atua is watching over us. The killing game and class trials will continue until only 2 surviving students remain. Only 2 surviving students? What would be the reason for that? I'm just relieved that no one was seriously injured. Praise be to Atua.
This is me. My name is Kaede Akamatsu. I just remembered who I am. Nice to meet me. I'm the protagonist of this crazy story. A classroom? Where am I? What am I doing here? I was walking my usual route to school when all of a sudden, someone shoved me into a car. I shouted for help, but no one came to rescue me. Everyone pretended like nothing happened.
Huh? Why? Too bad you're so stupid and boring and unpopular. Your life is meaningless. If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham-Hands must have seen the killer take the knife. Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way. Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that. If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.